Hey guys, welcome back to some companions. Today's video, we're going to be looking at the Vault of Time. It is finally unlocked. Join forces with guild members and expand the territories. Let's go ahead and go in this one, guys. It's going to kick off. And of course, if you remember, this is a boss, and I believe it is still, I'm drawing a blank on the name, but I believe this is one of our Nightmare Corridor bosses. But let's go ahead and enter this and see exactly what it looks like. You can see Damon actually popping up right there, but I want to hop in here. And if this, again, is very traditional to what we see with the Abyssal Expedition, we'll come in, we'll make sure we'll do our first settlement. And here is Zolrath. It's time in the domain. Your answer or your efforts will be worthless. And then, of course, we have Zolrath. So you're going on an expedition run, tap your heroes. And it looks like there is Star of Dawn. So pretty interesting that we do message management. That's a pretty cool way to put it. So there we go. Star of Dawn players recover stamina 10% faster. Star of Dawn players had to have their max stamina increased by 40, and they also have more expedition. Now, coming in here, we can tap on some heroes, and of course, this is going to bring us to the screen. First two are unlocked. Now, the rest of these are going to be unlocked as you progress further into the Abyssal Expedition itself. But when you look in here, the first time a hero is placed, they will gain their stamina. We are still in quiet time. Quiet time starts as soon as you come in here. Usually it's 4 hours. For here, I don't know what we still have left in here. 14 minutes. So we're hopping on. It is a little bit later than we wanted to. But going in here, you'll know blessings right off the bat. They are based on the heroes you put in here. That's why I said before, classifications, we only have Cirrus in here. We have a few tanks in here, quite a few rangers, and then some mages, some support. I'm going to go in here, and the big reason why I'm going in with tank is the endurance ability, which is really good. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to drop tanks in here, and I'm going to try it just like traditional that we normally see. So I'm going to drop Misha in here, and I'm going to see what we can do with one hero. Now, of course, we do have some beasts. First time, same. It's going to ask or gain some beast stamina. I'm going to go ahead, and I think this one is Light Bearers. You know what? I'm just going to put my two toughest beasts in here because we do have this one. Again, this has its buffs with the Hypo and Celestials. Yeah, I'm going to put these two in here. There we go. We'll keep those two in. So normally you can go through and you can start making a significant amount of progression with just really one hero. I don't think we're at the point. You can also cultivate. Cultivate will put a hero in there. It is going to allow you to essentially get more resources. So where do we start? We started over here on the right-hand side. First thing you want to do, number one, is always connecting to right up here. Let's see if with our double tank, if we can take these out, it's going to be 180. Shouldn't be much of a problem to take these out. Now, depending on how fast you do take this combination out is going to be, well, we might not be able to take this combination out. I'm thinking let's go ahead. Restart is going to spend stamina, but let's go ahead, hop in here. We can always pick up one of these first. It's going to make a difference. And if you pick up this one right here, if you do bottom left, you do, and it does give you enough to pick up a secondary one. I'm going to pick up some HP and attack up here. So these two, the combination together, we shouldn't have any problem getting through the village. As you can see right there, it did turn green. Used one stamina for the initial attack. If you reset, it does cost stamina in there. So I'm almost thinking, see, Graz got some minions up. And I'm almost thinking as new as we are in here, we might have to add some more tanks. We might have to go. And again, I didn't know exactly how this was going to look on the companion server. You can see we're getting through. So even though we didn't meet the time requirements, we only got 2 stars in there. We still have the ability to go ahead and cultivate a little bit more. You'll notice this is a village 1. There's also village 3, which I'm sure is going to be very red right now. It's actually yellow, but coming in here with just our 2 heroes, and I wonder if, because this is a village level 2, I'm wondering again, just early mode, let's add a 3rd tank in here, which is going to be, there we go. And it is interesting to see the old school, the original. This, of course, with the artifacts behind there, going to make a big difference. Thorn, we got to kill twice, meaning the timer's not going to go in our favor. That's okay, because we still get the 2 stars. I wanted to hop in here and get some of this done before we got into. And I'm thinking they have level 2 relics here. Yeah, the power difference here is going to be very, very high. We'll be able to get through the rest of these though. Once you do connect to that main line, the main line is of course going to feed right up to the bosses like we've kind of seen in the past. Don't know about the boss comps in here. This again is going to be interesting to see because we are super limited with the heroes in companions. I'm going to grab this one and then connect to the other side. Because normally I'm kind of thinking Belinda might be a good one in here. Just because, again, another hero that we do have built up a little bit further. Shamira might make a entrance. And, of course, Zorath is a nightmare to try to kill. Because he heals and he stops time. Should be able to get him down, though. There we go. Yeah, very slow go at the start with the tanking class, for sure. Remember, in the classic version, we did run and came in here with the awakened version of Shamira. She can solo tier 3s, tier 4s by herself. So it is very impressive when you start getting the relics in here and when you start building this up. But there we go. So we connected to the main line. That gives us the ability to go all the way up. And I believe this is the point we're looking to get to, is fighting Hodgkin right here. You can see we have a couple camps in here. We do have the boss itself. Again, I don't know how long this version or the beginning of the Abyssal Expedition does last. You can see we need some more Blessed Relics. We need some Essence, which the Essence is about to start coming up. And as you can see, they've been pathing to the boss, kind of pathing together. But everyone, so the left side's going to path to the boss. Right side's going to path to the boss. And that is kind of going to be the convergence of where we're at right now. Even these ones, if you follow back to the line, you can see they're taking some tier 3s in here. You can see there are some tier 4s, probably not strong enough for most players at this point, because even looking at some of these tier 3s, I don't think we could take a tier 3 unless I dropped a couple more heroes in here. You know what? Let's see. I'm just kind of wondering at this point, I'm just kind of testing it out. If we could get through a tier 3 with 5 tanking heroes. Almost wondering, let me see what this looks like. Of course, let's do Brutus to Brutus. There's our buffer. Yeah, don't think. Again, coming in here, I don't know what this is going to look like. Because ultimately, if you're taking a higher tier, and again, I don't think. No, we're not going to be able to get through here. But if you're taking a much higher tier, like a tier 3, you're going to have the ability to actually come through and get a lot more resources a lot faster. But I feel like just pathing 1 might even work, just having Mishka. But Mishka does get kind of bogged down with some totems. We can path through here. We'll go ahead, we'll skip our timer as well. You can almost see that they are following this road in here. And honestly, having all of these brand new heroes and companions. Your ultimate objective when we start looking at the map is the boss right back here. But again, we have to go through here. I believe this takes us over here. You can see there's going to be another boss that is sitting in here. I believe this is the item that we want to get to, which is right here. The Wise Sanctuary. And then up here as well, because I think, if I remember correctly, I thought we go through the water. Yep, we got to get to Viscount to get through there. But yeah, I'm pathing through and moving through all of these. These are actually tiered. These are actually islands and everything else. So it's cool. It's really cool. Like I said, with the Abyssal Expedition, it's always been a very cool journey to get in here to kind of kick it off. Because again, when we looked at it, we only have like 6 more minutes and then we will start accumulating essence. So the goal in the very early right now is getting to the point and taking 15 of these settlements. Once you do take those sediments over, you'll have the ability to get essentially more essence, and it will build up a lot faster. Yeah, see, tier 1s and 2s, that's the level we're at right now. I'm sure that's where a lot of players, sort of the whales that are coming in here and just crushing it, are going to be at right now. I'm just going to continue on up this path. We can drop a Podgkin. And of course, we can use the stamina that is on these tanks. Then we can swap them out. We can readjust them into the other places where we need to once they run out of stamina. Again, we're cutting it very, very close to pathing through here. I played a lot of roles in here going through the Abyssal Expedition. I've been a pather before, been a primary damage dealer, again, a lot of different roles depending on what exactly the Abyssal Expedition did need. There we go. So that might be enough. That might be all the stamina we have left. So 4 stamina left. Like I was saying earlier, is we can take those 2 heroes since they are strongest, drop them out. We can drop them into this bottom area, which again, I'm just going to go all tank in here. So even for the tanks, I'm probably going to put, you know what? I'm going to put some support heroes in here. Drop Rowan. And then as we continue going through and as we continue cycling those through, we'll get a team together. We'll get a team around that awakened version of Chimera. Again, we can use these 2 coming through this area. And again, no competitive nature with the Abyssal Expedition right now, trying to figure this out. Oh, and that was the tier. So once you lose, just like here, we can continue attacking. You'll notice that the 2 heroes we had are now used. We cannot use them a secondary time. You do have to be very cautious of that. I didn't even pay attention that this was a tier in here. I don't think we're going to be able to beat it. Maybe Scrag is poisoned. Oh, he got it right at the very last second. Only get 1 star out of there, but that's okay. And I didn't even realize that was a tier 2 that we're looking at. So we have 2 more places to take. Let's take out these last 2. Even they're popping the shield on Brutus. I think this is going to be another defeat. Greg did it again. Greg coming through as an absolute monster. But of course, we can drop the 2 primary heroes in here, which we could save again, having stamina for a little bit later. But I feel like the Chimera comp. Now remember, there is also a Relic of Souls that you get when you hit a certain point, but there is 15 of 15. Again, quiet time, we have 2 minutes. Definitely could take some more 1s, possibly some more 2s. But you can see we did make quite a bit of room pathing through here, which is what we want right now, to the point that we get and start accumulating essence. Leveling this up and going through the leveling this up, of course, is going to allow you to get all of those resources. And you can see we're actually doing pretty well in here. The Hell is absolutely crushing it. Got some other guilds behind, but overall, pretty cool to see the Abyssal Expedition in this game mode. I'm going to have to drop some more heroes in here. Again, thinking of what we have, because I know if we're going in here primarily with the tanking relic, that's the ones that's going to be the driving force. Did put some secondary class in here. And then, of course, I'm going to put 1 damage dealer, which is going to be Chimera. And I feel like the rest of them I'm going to keep, because essentially we'll have 1 hero in here, which we could put Iran in here as well. That is going to be equipped and going to wear that relic soul when we do unlock it. That is going to be 1 of these, so I can put them actually in different formations, but I can get a lot more essence out of there. And you can see we don't have a ton of choices in here. Even looking at the tanking spec, coming in here and building this out a little bit further is going to make a big difference for progression, and getting a couple more relics in here going to make some definite progression. But guys, I know that it seems like there's a lot when it comes to the Abyssal Expedition, but this is really the starting point. It's a very cool mode for players who have played in the classic version. Going in here, making and farming up some progression. Once we do level up, we'll take some more villages, take some more towns, continue progression with our relics overall. Very cool mode. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.